Lesson 5, Unit 2. Team Identification. The first step in the team management process is to identify the skills necessary to perform each project activity. Identification of team members goes beyond the technical skills and includes other factors, such as the ability to integrate, cooperate, and lead. This process generates an organizational chart for the project roles, responsibilities, and assignments, often shown in a matrix format called the Responsibility Assigned Matrix. This process includes a management staffing plan that will help acquire the human resources defined and required by the project. Identifying the right skills will ensure that you have a team that will be able to perform effectively. You start by identifying the qualifications, skills, and experience needed for each role in the project, independent of the people identified to join the project. You will use the information to identify any skill gaps and develop the job descriptions for new hires. A tool to help you identify all the roles in the project is the organizational chart. The chart organizes all team members by the level of supervision and can group people by area of specialty. Depending on the size of the project, the chart includes different levels of reporting relationships. Some are direct relationships between superior and subordinate. Others are shared internally and others externally. This is the structure that as a project manager, you will use to manage the project team. The chart also helps team members understand the reporting levels. Another tool in the team management process is the Responsibility Assignment Matrix. It maps the project work, as described in the WBS, to all the people, units, or subteams responsible for performing the work. Each activity in the WBS must be assigned with a person who will be responsible for completing the activity. Job descriptions are needed, especially when you need to hire people from outside the organization. The job description usually follows the organization human resources guidelines and procedures, so you will need support from this unit. A detailed, well-written job description benefits both the project and the potential applicant. It will give you an opportunity to carefully analyze the job functions that are essential for the project. The job descriptions are also useful for the organizational staff assigned to the project. They will be able to understand better their roles and responsibilities. Job descriptions will have the following information: a definition of the purpose of the role in the project, a list of the key duties and responsibilities of the role, the reporting relationships, a list of the technical skills and experience needed, relevant qualifications needed to perform the job, description of the working conditions, including travel time, a list of the benefits such as health insurance, and the compensation level and grade of the position. When you need to hire people from inside or outside the organization, you will use the team recruitment process. You will need to have a good negotiation and influence skills to get the resources you need in the project. Recruitment is a lengthy and expensive process involving advertisement, screening resumes, interviewing candidates, selecting, and getting an agreement on the salary. You need to make sure you give it enough time and effort to avoid hiring people that are not up to the requirements needed by the project. All team members need to go through an induction process, especially members from outside the organization. The induction covers two areas: the organization and the project. New staff need to know the policies, procedures of the organization, as well as becoming familiar with the history, culture, and mission of the organization. This is usually done by the Human Resources Unit. But you also need to give each team member an orientation session to present the project objectives, the challenges, and the roles and responsibilities of each team member. If required, the new team member may need to attend training sessions to become familiar with the use of systems or methodologies in use by the project. Once the organizational chart is completed, the next step is to determine how these resources will be utilized in the project. The team assignment schedule facilitates the identification of who does what and when by providing information showing when each activity is scheduled to occur and who is responsible for it. This chart is used to determine how the different resources will be assigned to the project. In some cases, staff are assigned as a loan from other programs or units in the organization, and they might not be able to work 100% of their time. The team allocation matrix is similar to the team assignment schedule, but includes the total hours per month a team member is assigned to work on a project. This information uses activities a resource has been assigned from the schedule to calculate the number of hours each month. In the example, you can see that resources 2 and 3 have been assigned for more than 160 hours per month. You can create a chart with information and see the total hours per month that resource 3 has been assigned to the project. Using this information, you can make changes in assignment by either shifting some responsibilities to other team members, increasing the time to complete an activity, or shifting the activity in the schedule. You might need to review this chart every time you make a significant change in the project schedule. The RACI chart is another tool that can help in the organization of the team around the roles in the project. RACI stands for Responsible, Accountable, Consult, and Inform. In addition to define who does what, this matrix is used to ensure that accountability is placed with the person who really can be accountable for a specific work. Responsible is the person who will complete the task or activity. He or she is responsible for any action or implementation. Only one person can be assigned as responsible for a task or activity. Accountable. This is the person with authority and veto power. Only one person can be assigned as accountable for an activity or task. Consulted. The consulting role is typically assigned to subject matter experts that can be consulted prior to a final decision or action. This is a two-way communication in which input from the consult role is required. Inform is the individual who needs to be informed after a decision or action is taken. They might be required to act as a result of the action. However, this is mostly a one-way communication.